So what is going on, guys, and welcome back to episode number 82 of our Portsmouth career mode, and we are going to be kicking off this episode with a home game up against MK Dons, which is going to be in the FA Cup. But I am actually thinking about simming this game because it's only in the fourth round of the FA Cup, and also we're desperate to try and get to the end of the transfer deadline day. So we're going to go ahead and sim this game, and we're able to see how we get on. We have got our first team lineup available for this one. So we've got Shiplock, Alves, Amat, Dyer, Gomez. You name it, we've got it. We've got the best team out. Surely we're going to go ahead and win this one. Of course we do. Alves and Bock are picking up the goals for us. A little bit unfortunate that Eric Dyer does pick up a red card, so he probably will be suspended for the next round of the FA Cup. But it doesn't really matter because we've got plenty of different players that can easily step into his place and, step up to the plate and perform as well as Eric Dyer has been. We have a little bit more player training there. Bakali and Boca both increasing to try and get to their next ratings now. And Bakali now is actually, I believe, our best rated player at 83. But we've got a few things. We've got an update from Portugal of a few players that we scouted. There's not many people here, to be honest. And we've got a player suspended, which obviously is Eric Dyer, and he's got a one-match ban. Lucas Klosterman is saying that maybe he wants a little bit more playing time, but I'm not really that prepared to give it to him because Alves, at the moment, a right back, is performing very well. So we haven't got not much money left whatsoever. We've only got around about 12,000. So I don't think we can actually go ahead and buy anyone because we've obviously just brought in Cristoforo, 87 rated, centre defensive midfielder, and we brought in Raheem Sterling, who's also 87 rated. I would like to bring in Kasper Sillerson from Everton. He's currently running out of his contract, so obviously his contract will be up very soon. But the problem is we haven't got any money, so if we can find him here, Jasper Sillerson, as you see there, he's 30 years of age, he's 87 rated, he's on 160,000 a week, so it would be amazing to bring him in, but I don't think we've got that sort of money to go ahead and bring in a player of his quality and that much money. So as we move into transfer deadline day, we have two offers. We have one for Ricardo Alves, which is a big amount of money there from Manchester United. They're saying that they're prepared to pay 14 million for our young right back. And I'm afraid, guys, unless you pay stupid money, which I know you're not going to, he's not leaving us because he's only 20 years of age. He was my first player, I believe, that we brought into the academy, and I don't really want to be letting him go. Also, a Portuguese side coming for Christopher Shiplock, our 20-year-old shot stopper, and once again, similar story. We're not going to be letting him go. So with just 10 hours remaining, I don't think much else is going to happen in this transfer window. But what about this? We've got so many transfer offers here. We've got 5 transfer offers. We've got one for Ben Pedrosa to Juventus. That is weird. I'd say give us quite a bit of money and we'll let our 20-year-old go. Eric Dyer, we got one to go to Mainz. So maybe we could get rid of Dyer, 21 million, and then we will let our reasonably young centre-back go. Loftus-Cheek, I'm sorry guys, you're not having him, even though he's not that high rated. He's getting on a little bit now, but I'm not actually prepared to let him go. And Jordi Amat, I think we would let him go for around about 15 million mark. He hasn't been that impressive, let's face it, but then we picked him up on a pre-contract deal, so there's not much we can complain about. And also Chelsea want Danny Prestes, our young centre-attacking midfielder, just 68 rated. Even though he's not that high rated, I have given him a little bit of game time, and he is quite good, to be honest. And I do believe he will turn into a decent player if he does have the player training. But Chelsea come back to us and say I don't believe Danny Press is worth that much. Spurs come back and say they'll offer 11 million for Jordi Amat, which is actually quite a bit over his valuation. So if they go ahead and give us an extra 2 million, I think we'll let Jordi Amat go. We got another offer for Ruben Loftus-Cheek from who's that from? From QPR. But I don't want to let him go, even though he's going to be dropping to the bench next season, mainly due to Cristoforo coming in. I want to keep him because he's going to be a decent backup centre midfielder that can also play cam. He's very versatile and I don't really want to let him go. But what about this? Mainz have said they will give us 18 million for Eric Dyer. And I'm sorry, but I've got to let him go. 18 million. That's a hell of a lot of money for a player of his quality. And I don't believe we can complain about that. So if we get given 18 million, we're going to have tons of money to go ahead and buy a new centre-back. The only problem is we're only going to have 6 hours to do it. That's if he leaves. So a player has been sold and Eric Dyer has left the club. He's gone to Mainz on an 18 million euro deal and we've been allocated 15.5 million. So now we've got to search for a new centre-back. Who do we go for? Also, Spurs keep coming back to us and saying they think they will still give us 11 million for Jordi Amat. But now I've got to search for a centre-back, and I've only got 6 hours remaining, so we've got a task on our hands. A few centre-backs here that I think could be a good replacement for Eric Dyer. One of them goes by the name of Jonathan Tah. He's going to be the least likely player to come in because I don't think we're going to be able to bring him in. We've only got 15 million, so that's in fact what we are going to go ahead and offer. So we're going to go ahead and give him a straight 15 million euro deal, which is actually 2 million under his valuation for the 23-year-old centre-back. Another person is John Anthony Brooks. He's 27 years of age. I know we could pick him up on a pre-contract deal, but the problem is we need to try and pick him up now because we've got no decent centre-back. And if we don't pick up a decent centre-back now, we're going to struggle for the rest of the season, especially as we're moving into the final stages of the Champions League. Another centre-back that we could go for is Diego Reyes. He looks a very decent centre-back as well. And they're saying that they reckon we could pick him up for around about 8 to 13 million. So we'll go ahead and offer him 10 million. And is there another centre-back? There's Lucas Hernandez, Savic. Jose Gaya actually is not a centre-back. So Lucas Hernandez I think we're going to go for. He looks pretty decent. And also, the reason I'd like to bring this guy in is because if you guys watched my career mode last year, he was one of our first players we brought into the club, and he was very decent for us. And Stevan Savic also looks very good. He's currently 29 rated, and we're going to go ahead and put a 10 million bid in for him. And if we could pick him up, I think these 5 centre-backs you're going in for, I think every single one of them will be able to do a good enough job to replace the one and only Eric Dyer. So Bayer Leverkusen come back and say they want 20 million. Spurs come back and say they don't believe Jordi Amat's worth that much. Hertha Berlin say they can't allow John Anthony Brooks to leave because he's too valuable. Newcastle say the same. The only one that's accepted is Lucas Hernandez for 4 million. And Atletico Madrid pretty much reject the other one. So we can go ahead and offer Lucas Hernandez a deal because the last thing we want to do is miss out on a centre-back. So we can go ahead and offer him a deal. But we are going to go ahead and search for some more centre-backs to see if we can maybe convince a decent centre-back to come in, because Lucas Hernandez, let's face it, he's 77 rated, which is 2 ratings lower than Eric Dyer. I know he's quite a bit younger, but I want to try and bring in an already established Premier League player. So what I've decided to do is accept Lucas Hernandez into the club, and then we're still going to have 11.4 million euros left, which we are going to go ahead and convert all to wages, and we're going to try and sign a centre-back on a pre-contract deal, and there are quite a few, so we can afford 200,000, so we can afford a really decent centre-back. And what I'd like to do now is to try and find a really good centre-back that has got his contract running out. So basically, we could go for John Anthony Brooks, we could go for Diego Reyes, Savic, this is the best guy I'd like to go for. He goes by the name of Jason Denayer, but the problem is there is interest shown by Inter Milan. So we go ahead and offer him a deal to come to the club. And what a deal this could be if we could pull this off. He's only 24 years of age, 84 rated. He looks an absolute monster. We are going to go ahead and in fact offer pre-contract deals to everyone because there's just 4 hours remaining on the transfer window. So we need to try and bring in a centre-back as soon as we possibly can. But what about this, guys? We have looked for a few players. So John Anthony Brooks has declined his move. Diego Reyes has declined. Savic has declined. But Jason Denayer, the player that I would have most liked to brought in, has accepted his pre-contract deal. Jose Gaya has also accepted, which is a left-back. Baba has accepted, who's a left-back as well. Bayarabi is a random player I looked for. Lucas Hernandez has accepted. But I'm sorry, I've got to go for this guy. He's 84 rated, but only 24 years of age. What a signing for us. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to afford Baba. I don't think our budget can stretch to 90,000. If it does, we're going to pick up 2 fantastic players. No, it doesn't. It stretches to 70,000. So we've got 3 players now actually coming in on pre-contract deals next season, and they're all 84 rated. Well, one's 84 rated and 2 are 87 rated. Can you guys believe that? So now it's time to move into our first competitive game of the episode, which is going to be away from home up against Leicester. So it's going to be a difficult game because Leicester are a very difficult side to beat, especially in this league so far this season, because they're actually doing really well. They've still got a chance of getting into the Champions League if they keep it up. So actually making his debut in this game is going to be Hernandez. So I didn't think we were going to have any sort of transfer deal at transfer deadline day, and then we go ahead and sell one player, bring in a new centre-back, and sign an 84 rated centre-back on a pre-contract deal. And we go ahead and concede. 26 minutes in, we had completely dominated the game until now. And now they go ahead and score a goal, which does in fact put them 1-0 up. So very disappointing from me there. Very poor defending. Okazaki beats Joe Gomez down the wing for pace. He whips the ball in the box. We fail to win the header. It's a lovely ball across the face of goal. And it is, I think, Jamie Vardy that heads the ball past Shiplock into the back of the net. And very unfortunate for us there that Leicester, with their first chance, found the back of the net. However, Zakaria Bakali's trying to get ourselves back in front. He plays the ball back to Hachi Mastor. Mastor gets tripped, and we get a chance. We've got the free kick specialist. We can either give it to Coman or Boca. I'm going to give it to Coman. Can Coman get it up and over the wall? He gets it up. Can he get it under? Yes, he does. Kingsley Coman gets ourselves back on level terms. And when you've got two strikers like Kingsley Coman and Yannick Boca, you don't know who to give the ball to when you're on a set piece. But it doesn't really matter, because whoever you give it to, you've got 100% faith in that they are going to find the back of the net. And boy, did he find the back of the net. What about that for a strike? Curling away from the goalkeeper. He can't get anywhere near it. And that's Kingsley Coman's 7th goal so far this season in the Barclays Premier League. Yannick Boca squeezing it through to Bergwijn. Bergwijn through to Mastor. Can Mastor find the back of the net? He puts the ball wide of the post. And I think if he didn't shoot for a minute, we would have been definitely taken down there. Because as he goes to take the shot, Schupp takes his legs out from behind. But the shot had already been taken. But I was hoping Mastor should have actually found the back of the net there. It was a very decent chance for us. However, they give the ball away in a dangerous position. We thread it through to Mastor. Mastor to Boca. Boca to Bakali. Bakali strikes it. And we get ourselves in front for the first time in this game. And Bakali is just an absolute monster. And I can't believe we picked him up so cheap as well. He just cost us £12 million. And he goes ahead and steps up to the plate and scores some fantastic goals. Lovely build-up play for us. Playing the ball across the pitch. Bakali has the confidence to hit it first time. And boy, did he hit it. What a goal. Leicester with their last chance of the game, they play ball to Jamie Vardy. It's a lovely save from Shiplock, and they get themselves back on level terms. And thankfully for us, the linesman on the far side raised his flag, and with just 2 minutes remaining, Jamie Vardy was just about standing in offside position. He gets the call right. Shiplock gets let off the hook because he made a good save, but as a goalkeeper, you've got to clear the ball. You've got to clear your lines. You cannot leave the ball like that. But Leon Bailey here, who's just come on the pitch, has got a really good chance for us. He's blazing down on goal. There's no one going to catch him. He plays the ball back inside to Martinez. Martinez to wrap up the game. And that first touch, diabolical. So even though there was an eventful final few minutes, my man of the match does in fact go to Kingsley Coman. He picked up a 7.5 match rating. He did actually pick up a goal for himself as well. He had a good few passing stats as well. And I just thought he was a good all-round player, but Leicester had more shots than us, and for us, with the team we've got, that's very rare. We normally abuse the shots. So we've now got some player training for our players here, and we've got two players that are so close to going up to a rating, but unfortunately neither of them can actually hit that next rating. Mastor getting close now to an 81 rated, as Kingsley Coman is also getting close to a 79, but we are going to give you a squad report now, as we've just moved into a new month. And as you can see from all of our players, it's just so pleasing to see that, as I always say, so many players increasing. We've got like Zakaria Bakali, especially people like that are bringing on pre-contracts. This guy is just an absolute monster. He's already gone at +4 ratings. He's Yannick Boca. He is in fact Drogba's regen, and we only picked him up for 6 million plus Juan Jesus. That was the bargain of the season, I think. An absolute bargain for us. And I just think he's scored so many good goals for us. And that, obviously, his memorable one was that overhead kick that he did score against Wolfsburg in the group stage of the Champions League. So that is it for the squad report. And also, having a look at the league table, we're currently sitting in 4th place on 50 points. 7 points behind the leaders, Chelsea. So I don't think we are going to be able to catch them now. But there is a definite chance we can move up into 2nd place, because there's only 1 point between us and 2nd, and we've actually got an 8-point gap over Manchester United in 5th. And near the bottom of the table are Watford, Crystal Palace and Leicester. So Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of a different career mode. I'm thinking of the Sunderland career mode that Leicester are near the top. It's not. It's the Portsmouth career mode and that they are near the bottom. But that is in fact going to be it for this episode of career mode. And I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button down below, as it is going to be very much appreciated. And also, if you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my latest videos. And like I said, make sure you don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.